Hi, I'm Richard, Slimming World's Development Chef. Today we're here in the Slimming World kitchen where we develop all our great tasting food. Today, with it being Greek week, I'm going to show you a gyros-style chicken and potato salad, which we're going to serve with a really nice fresh cucumber and mint tzatziki and some great vibrant pickled red onions, which is where we're going to start. So for the pickled red onion, we're going to thinly slice the onion. So to do that, we're going to take off the end and then we're going to cut the onion in half. I'm going to peel back the skin. And a little tip is we're going to take the root out at this stage. If I kept the root on, it would hold all the pieces together, but because we want nice fine little slices, we're going to take the root away. And to repeat on the second part. Then to slice the onions on a nice flat surface, we're just going to cut down and through all the way. When you get to this part, if you're a bit unsure, just put it onto its largest flat surface and keep slicing. So we get some nice fine sliced onion. And that then goes into our saucepan. And we're going to add some rice vinegar and a little splash of water. And we're going to bring this onto the heat and just let that boil for about a minute until they soften. And then we'll pop them to one side to cool down and they'll go a really nice vibrant pink colour. So the onions have had about a minute there in the pan just boiling. And they've gone nice and soft and a really nice vibrant pink colour. I'm going to just pop those into the bowl and set those aside to cool. So the great thing about Slimming World Kitchen is that all our herbs and spices come in these handy little sachets, so there's absolutely no waste. We're going to move on to the chicken and potato part of the dish. So for this we need a nice oven-proof baking dish, and we're going to quarter our new potatoes. And then we're going to pop them into the dish with our chicken thighs. Now we've trimmed all the little bits of excess fat off the chicken, and we're not going to use any oil or spray for this recipe at all. We've got some stock and some nice seasoning. I'm going to pop our trimmed chicken thighs onto the top. And then our spices, we've got some smoked paprika. We've got some oregano. And we've got some ground cumin. So that will really nicely season up the chicken and potatoes. And into that we're going to pour some chicken stock. So we've got about 200 mils of stock with just half a cube here. I'm going to pour that in. And then this is going to get roasted in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes until the chicken thighs are cooked through. And then we're going to shred the chicken and serve the potatoes with the salad. So the chicken goes into a preheated oven at 220 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes until it's cooked through. So now we're going to move on to our delicious, fresh tasting tzatziki. So we've got a little pouch of Greek yogurt, fat-free. So I'm just going to pop into the bowl. And then we're going to dice up our little midi cucumber and some lovely fresh mint leaves. So for the cucumber, just going to cut it down into 3 slices, and then again on a nice flat surface, cut it into long strips, turn it around and finely dice it. So when you're finely chopping, you can see that I'm just keeping the tip of the knife on the board, pushing the knife forward to cut through the cucumber. And this is going to go into the bowl, and then we're going to finely slice the mint leaves to give that lovely fresh flavour. So with the mint, if you just bunch up I've picked the leaves off the stalks, and if you just bunch them all together into a nice tight little bunch on the board there, and then slice through with a knife. You don't want to over chop the mint because it will oxidize and go black. So just a gentle cut through one way and a couple of slices the other way. And that's ready to go in the bowl. And give that a little stir. And this is going to go as a lovely garnish on top of our chicken and potato salad. So for our salad garnish, we've got a lovely crisp little gem lettuce. I'm just going to trim the little stalk away, cut the lettuce in half, and again get it onto a nice flat surface, and we're just going to thinly slice our lettuce. I can go back in the bowl for our garnish a little bit later on, and then we're going to quarter our little baby plum tomatoes. So the chicken's had 25 minutes in the oven, and we're just going to lift that out of the dish, and then with 2 forks we're just going to shred it down into nice small pieces, ready to dish up. So it doesn't have to be a precise kind of science, just break it down with the forks, like so. Because there's no bones or any fat, it should shred down quite easily. And there we go, there's your chicken ready to serve. So we're now ready to plate up our delicious gyros-style chicken. So we're going to start with some of the potatoes. Just pop those onto the base of the plate, getting some of that lovely juice there as well. And then onto that we're going to put our salad. So some of the nice crispy little gem just arranged across the top. A few of our quartered tomatoes. Give me a lovely colour. And then we're going to go with some of the chicken on the top. So just place that all the way around. Looking delicious. And now we can spoon on some of our lovely fresh tzatziki. Doesn't have to be placed, just pop it all the way around just to coat everything nicely. And then to finish, our amazing bright pink, vibrant pickled red onions. And there we have it, our gyros-style chicken and potato salad.